Let's start the beat. It is now time to explain to people just what's wrong with me.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, what? They knew about this.
All right, so I just looked up. We just traumaticide.
Chlordane, that's one.
But she didn't say that.
I know.
But you could still use it.
That's chlordane is in
So
traumaticide.
what would they use? What would they use?
I don't know what they're using.
Well, hold on. You didn't let me finish. Let me finish. You got a bunch of people from like a war or a fucking a hurricane or whatever, or the 311, 2011 tsunami.
Yeah.
Tsunami. Think about all these people around. What would they use to keep the rats out? Think all the water comes up, right, or something.
Yeah.
Do you see the documentary? How all the people stayed in the camps?
An underground cavern to go run into.
Right, but what keeps the rats? They're getting pushed. You said it would what? What is it called? Termiticide.
Termiticide.
And that you
can't use that. It causes cancer in rats. If it causes cancer in rats, it will cause cancer in humans.
I understand. So wait,
that's why they banned it.
I understand, but how would you, as an exterminator, let's think about it. You got a shelter full of people. That's your job. You're the exterminator there. You haven't done it in a long time. How would you keep the pests? Not just mice. Every kind of. That you figured they would have to do something,
they go in
or you think they didn't think about that?
They go in and they just come out. They survive nuclear blast and all kinds of shit, you know?
Alright. I need 15 minutes for a show. What do you want to do? Terminate? No, I need something. If you die, I'm not going to be able to get it, am I?
I'm dying right now. Say I was leaving today.
Isn't that crazy? Well, maybe tomorrow. It's only a couple of hours away.
There's a cigarette in there.
What? You said you were bumming cigarettes off me. You didn't get any off. Oh, I did throw you a pack when I just fell asleep.
You threw me like 3.
Did I? I just fell asleep and I said,
"Likeables," because it's all plastic.
I was up all night doing the show and I shaved and I went to sleep and I said, "Fuck, they're gonna wake me the fuck up after I fall asleep." Like last night.
Well,
as soon as I just as you first pass out, I was just passing out. I'm like just sleeping and I hear, "Hey, yeah, cigarette!" And
I didn't ask last night. It was this morning.
This morning.
All right,
so I did my show last night. I'm doing my show.
I don't know. Maybe I'll get something.
I think. Yeah. See, this light's better than the candle.
Yeah, but I keep the candles because this has an odor to it, and I got another one.
Here, fix this. What's wrong with it?
It's fucked up. There's a broken part on it. It would sit like that.
Where do you get the shit I showed you on Amazon?
What shit?
The lights. Because you don't use it for the the odor.
I don't think this is going to light because it's so down.
Have you ever moved the seat?
Yeah.
Did you know it opens and all?
Yeah, of course. It's got wrapping paper.
My mom used to sit here with the big thing.
I'm sure she did.
I used to watch her as a little kid do her hair and stuff.
I'm sure she did.
And
she was a makeup.
On the wigs, right?
Yeah.
And then I didn't know about the wigs. I knew about...
That's done.
The only person I thought wore wigs was fucking famous people, right? You know, obviously they're celebrities and black women, right?
Yeah.
And you know what my ex said to me? She said it's like, you know, because she wore wigs. You remember her?
Oh yeah.
And she said it's like it's like being with a different woman every night. Imagine all the black guys.
I don't think so.
Imagine the black guys. She said it's like being with a different woman every night. So I
don't think so.
So I was talking to the girl at Wawa and the white kid who liked the other girl.
Yeah.
And the girl I was talking to, she was, you know, very beautiful black woman. And I said, you don't have a wig on, right? And she did.
Does.
And she did.
Why were you asking that?
Because the wigs came up about.
You can tell when a woman wears a wig.
Well, we just shoot the shit.
I can tell you when you put that girl over. She had a wig on.
I said, is it true? Because I said, this is coming from my ex. I'm new to the wig game here, even though a lot of white women do wear, right? And she's like, yeah, there's a lot more than you would think. And I said, no shit. And I said, well, let me guess. You don't. It doesn't look like you have a wig on, but since I have a year almost experience now, I'm gonna say you probably do, but I can't tell either way. And she says, no, I do. I like my hair short. So I found all that out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm thinking about buying my own wig.
I blow this out around 12, and I light my other candles.
Where's the things? We're on a show now. So anything else you'd like to add on?
No, but
I'm charging now. It's 49 cents a month if you want to listen to
is this your phone or is my phone?
So every time you move it, it sounds bad. Why do you always play with that? I got one on yours. Don't yours have one, remember?
Yeah.
You have a kickstand on yours, but I put it over the kickstand. Just leave it like that.
Alright.
Now, what about your internet? You're not going to bed. Your internet. I mean, not your internet. This is actually, I was going to buy it. Where'd you get this at?
Walmart.
Alright, let me take it.
Don't take it.
I'm just kidding. Alright, I seen you come over here to find them.
They were in my backpack. I put it back in my backpack.
When I came in here and I was going to yell at you, when you woke me up, when you said, where are they, the first time in the morning.
Yeah, but I put them back in my backpack.
And you said, and you were like, oh, I found them.
I knew where they were at. I realized where they were at. It's like,
so,
but I put them in my backpack.
This is like trip, man. How do you deal with that?
Because to keep the floors ice cold when you
trip?
get out. No, I don't trip. I never trip on that.
So you were right here the last time I seen you said, when you said, so we're 19, 17 are missing. Did you look around this area?
No, I did not.
That was the last place I seen you.
When?
When you said, I found them, and you got up.
I found it was over there. I found.
Well, you were in this vicinity.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I realized where I had put them.
Okay.
I used to do the same to your sister Tina about my weed and the booze. The booze. Like I would bring booze home every night, you know.
I don't understand. Who? Sister.
I know from the Phillies.
My
Tina.
sister.
Yeah. And I was bringing it home, and I would fill the refrigerator up because I would bring like 2 to 3 cases home a night, you know, because once they're on ice, you can't.
What,
you know, you can't take them off the ice and have them warm, you know?
I look like blind.
So,
South Philly?
Yeah. So I said, boy, Nora's drinking a lot of beer. And I just thought that to myself. Anyway, I usually never come home at lunchtime. And I came home this particular lunchtime. I came in the front door and I heard the back door slam. There was a bag of beer on the refrigerator, on the kitchen table. Gina was taking the beer and taking it to her friends down the alley, out the alley door. The alley door was open. Yeah, she was running down the street to Alex's house.
They must have drank it.
Yeah, they were all drinking it. Yeah, wherever they drank it at, you know, like having with Karen and
alleys were
Alex and
you can only fit one person.
What was his name?
One person and a half would fit down that alley. Some of the alleys were bigger.
Yeah, well. That's how I found out that who was.
Well, I wonder if we can
beer.
go to the 17th and Porter Street. You think anybody lived there? We could just knock on the door and say, "Listen, we used to live here."
Yeah,
30
remember
years
after
ago."
I fixed it up, and then see, Jim bought the house because he was Jim Geary. He bought the house and
How
he
you
rented
purchased
out.
the house?
Huh?
You rented?
It was his mom's house. And
Wait, that wasn't.
it was his mother's house. He grew up there.
Then he rented it out to
So
you guys.
he rented it out to me, your mom, and
I thought
he
you
would
said-
come by every now and then drunk, right? And because he was sentimental about the house, because the house reminded him of his
Okay.
childhood. And then I painted it, had pop-up, put a ceiling
I
paint
remember
in,
the
new
paint.
tiles,
I
painted.
remember
I
that.
started scraping the wallpaper,
I'm
and
right
I
here.
stopped.
I remember
I stopped because it was like too much. There must have been 10 things of wallpaper. Thank God.
Oh God, I remember I had to help. I helped
And
taking
then
off
the
wallpaper.
cracks
It's
in
the worst
the,
fucking thing
in the
ever.
corner were like this gigantic, and I had to put tape and
Yeah,
spackle.
you would make me fucking sit there and do the wallpaper. Remember how you had to keep wetting it with
Yeah,
sponge?
right,
And
yeah.
I was only like
Yeah.
7 years
I
old.
only did the living room. I didn't get too far in the living room.
It was 7
I just
years
stopped
old,
and
6
just
years
painted
old,
it.
and I was working.
But remember Alex that lived next, not Alex, what was his name?
Then I
Ralph.
decided I-
Ralph lived next door.
Fat Ralph.
Yeah, he used to
No,
come
there was
in.
another
So
neighbor.
this house was
No, he
really,
didn't.
everybody thought
Ralph
it was nice.
didn't live.
Yeah,
right
Ralph.
next door.
Yeah.
Wasn't there another neighbor?
Ralph, yeah, his he lived with his grandparents. His
Fat
mother,
Ralph
I
we used
think,
to call him, right?
overdosed.
Fat
No,
Ralph.
we didn't call him Fat
But he
Ralph.
was fat.
He was heavy.
We called him.
Maybe you
No,
did.
the kids called
All
him
right.
Fat Ralph. But we didn't say it to his face, you know.
No, but he
Once
was
turned
heavy,
around,
and he was a
then
nice
would
kid.
know.
He was a nice guy.
And I used to run with Jason Porter. No, Jason Porter? Yeah, no, Jason, oh my God. I seen him.
was
You
years
remember him?
ago. No.
He lived around the corner. His family worked at the bakery right across the
Yeah,
street.
where you threw dough at the dog or
Never
something.
happened. Never fucking.
was the
Still
cop
to this
locked you
day,
up before?
the dog was barking at us, and all of a sudden the lady called the cops,
And the cops locked you up.
and Jason built
you got out of the car
dough.
crying and said, Janelle, don't tell Daddy.
I don't know where that story came from.
Because you brought up the bakery.
No, because Jason took dough and made a fake brain out of it.
And
Like
then
a
what
brain.
would- Yeah.
And we sat on the stoop, fucking with, like we were pretending we
It
were
was
going
a
to the
brain.
brain. And we ride the Hot Wheels. So we're riding the Hot Wheels
So
going
you
in
had
the
Hot Wheels
alleyways.
too?
We both rode the Hot Wheels, so we were going through the alleyways and we still had the dough. Nothing else. We never threw dough at the dog. I remember thinking like,
what was
why-
what Janelle told me.
and I
Don't
kept
done
thinking,
you out.
why is the cop saying, or the lady
you're
saying,
throwing, well, maybe
lady said-
she thought that.
who?
The lady.
Was she? It might have looked like that because
you
it was
got
dough. It was dropping all
Yeah,
over
you
the
had
place.
dough, and she thought you were throwing
She
dough at
thought-
the dog to make the dogs bark. The cops
I can be honestly, 100%. I don't remember. I don't think I would ever throw it, but I don't think we did. I don't think we threw
that's
dough.
what the cops said to Janelle.
Think about it, all
They
the
only
years-
put you around
all
the
the
corner.
years-
They didn't take you to jail.
I know, but all the years there, and that all of a sudden I'm throwing dough at dogs.
Well,
no other,
that's what
other-
the cops said. You didn't get beat or anything.
Yeah, I got beat.
No,
with the
you
belt
did not.
by
You didn't-
sticking up for myself.
You didn't
with
get
you.
beat with no belt. Nobody
almost-
beat.
yeah, you
Nobody
did.
beat.
Yeah, you did.
Anybody got beat with a belt? It was
No,
me.
we're talking about my
You kidding me?
childhood and you.
Yeah,
You
let
want
me
me to
tell you something.
You don't remember.
Your comparison to my childhood don't even come
Okay,
close.
so I was getting bullied on in school constantly by this one fat kid. Not the
Where
kid
at?
out here,
What
South
school?
Philly, South Philly. That's why I didn't like the school.
Well, you
So
don't know
then
what
one
I
time he
went
was
through.
in front of our
I had
house. You're not letting me
shoes,
finish.
hangers
Jesus
thrown at me.
Christ. I understand you had a rough childhood. Oh my God.
The nuns used to beat the
Christ.
shit out of me.
I don't
The
know how
priest,
Papa didn't kill you.
I pulled
Anyway,
the fire alarm. That's
He
what
finished
really
this, so I had a bully
kicked my
in
ass.
school. I was younger, he was fatter, big fat kid, whatever. And he decided to fuck with me that day in front of our house. So what he did is he put his arts and craft down between the car and the curb. And he was fucking with me, and I fucking kicked it and broke his arts and he cried. And I
He
fucking,
must
like,
have been a real pussy.
well, that was after he was done bullying me. And then I ran in, got a fucking kitchen knife, and chased him all the way around.
Only you.
only me. I wasn't gonna stab him. I'm taking it step by step.
Know that.
Right, but I wanted to fucking strike the feet because he would always bully me.
Apparently you did.
He fucking would try to cry. He would come up and grab me like this and hold me and then put his leg out. You listening? He would bully me.
He must
until I stood up.
Yeah, and kicked his arch and crest and broke it. And he cried.
Because he was
put
fucking
so much time into it.
Right.
You know, and was so
I
proud of it.
said, boom, and I looked at him and
how old was he?
I don't know. Well, I had to be like 7,
the Hot
8.
Wheels.
So anyway,
you would ride around.
I ran and grabbed the knife because he was still crying over his arch crib, and I had the knife. It was like a fucking, not a real sharp knife. It was like a regular knife,
butter knife,
like a knife you would cut bread with, not a butter
like
knife.
one of our knives.
Yeah, and I'm over there chasing them all. I went, what's that street?
You
go right here, right?
I don't know.
And I chased them up the street, and then when you got home from work, I literally cried for you not to hit me with. You didn't hit me with the belt. You had the belt, and you were going to hit me because you found out that.
My belt
I remember this very well because I was there.
It was
obviously.
them when we lived
You're
with them.
not going to let me finish because you're not going to remember.
He would go like
Stop.
this, Papa.
Wait a minute. Why do you keep going back 7 years? Years
when I didn't want to hit him.
I'm talking about right now. Do you remember? You don't remember that?
No, I don't remember.
You had the belt, and I'm on my knees at the dresser. Please don't hit me like you with the belt. No, you aren't. You were going to, but you didn't because I said I don't know how you found out, but you found out because I
don't remember that at all.
Because they came over, they called. I don't remember, and the parents said that I broke his arts and craft, and you got pissed about it, and I said. I don't remember what I said. I said, please don't hit me, blah, blah, blah.
You never got it. And when you got taken away from us, we were like, it wasn't our fault. We didn't want them to take you away. We didn't want them to...
Conley Road?
Up here, yeah.
Oh my God, I was on a cheer mode. And then what happened?
Well, they took you.
Yeah.
We were begging them not to.
I didn't hear you guys say a fucking word.
What do you mean you didn't say a word? Please don't take it.
I can tell you that whole instance.
He says you got to go to school.
4 weeks.
If you don't, 2 weeks.
I went 2 weeks.
4 weeks.
No, I have to go through the whole month.
You didn't go 1 day.
No, I went 2 weeks.
We would drop you off at the front door before we even got home.
But did you ever?
You were home.
Right. 2 weeks I went out of the month.
It was 2 weeks.
2 weeks that I went out of the month.
Oh,
I was supposed to go. It was a month.
I remember 2 weeks he gave you.
No.
He said
you're hearing it wrong. He goes, you got a month. 1 month, and when I went month, I couldn't lose a day. If you come back in front of me and you don't go to school, you need a whole month. If you lose a day without a doctor's note or a good reason, you're going to get put away. It was Judge. Who was the judge?
I had Judge Judy.
Judge Summers. I'll never forget. You know why? Because he didn't let me fucking say a word.
No, he just blamed it on me and your mother.
No, I didn't hear him say anything to you guys. Nothing. It was just my fault. But I had this whole thing in my head, like, little judge, and you gotta remember, I'm what, 16? I'm thinking, there was no running water. There was no running water at the time. No.
There was running water? What are you talking about? I was paying the bills?
I was 15.
You were 14.
I went to my mom's I was 16, right?
Yeah, you're only there for a year and something.
Right, so how could a year go?
You won 14, 15, and then before you hit 16, they came and got you. Yeah. You're only going up there for a year and a couple months.
Okay, getting back to that, though. I didn't hear the judge say anything to you. I didn't hear you guys doing it. All I remember going,
well, you were already in front of the judge.
This is you.
Believe me, we were heartbroken. No, we wasn't me. See you later. You deserve it.
And you know what happened?
Nothing. We were in
You know what happened?
We didn't think that was going to happen.
I knew it was going to happen. But guess what? 2 things. One, it was the best thing for me in a way because I got to meet fucking good people that went through a lot of shit in their lives, and I learned, I shouldn't do that. Stay away from this. Don't do drugs. Don't lie. Don't steal. And I did about all 3 of them. I did lie a lot. It was my job up there, but I didn't steal except for that time. Now,
the 3 Our Fathers and 3 Hail Marys.
The other point to that, though, when something that you don't know, Janelle called me. I don't know. Well, she called me that night. I talked to her that night, and then a week later, because I had to stay a month in the gray. You have to stay a month in that one cottage. So they're called runners.
Yeah.
You got to wear gray with flip flops, no sneakers, for the whole month.
Didn't you see Raymond or somebody?
I'll tell you that story in a little bit. So I had to wear gray. I was in this one cottage, and a week later, 2 weeks later, John calls me and says, "Oh, well, mommy is down in the basement." Or no, you were down. Mommy was upstairs with her boyfriend, or you were downstairs in the basement with your girlfriend.
Yeah, well,
and the whole fucking house fell apart. And
the house didn't fall apart. It's just that nobody was paying the bills.
Right,
Janelle,
right. You just said it. Nobody was paying the bills. So let's get back. Wait, go back to the judge now.
Yeah, I was on a binge, man. I went on a binge. I lost my mind.
How was I going to school with all that shit going on around me?
Well,
I had no water
and
no food.
Dina was going to school.
No water. No, they had outside help. They had friends and shit.
There was food.
I was taking the bus, the SEPTA bus, to get to school.
We were driving you to school.
No, the first time you drove me, I took the bus home. I can tell you because I remember that too.
When you told me your problems, I went to Gina first, and then I went to Janelle. What was it like growing up? Well, you and Mommy did your thing, but we had great. Sorry.
Right, I believe it.
Okay. And I told you 2 years into our relationship, she would pick fights and accuse me of things I didn't even do yet.
All right.
She was, it was like a soap opera. I named the girl off the soap opera. I said, you're like,
I know. I remember when you threw, but see, what that you're saying doesn't justify
Shut the fuck up!
But it doesn't justify
No, it don't.
And I know
I should have took a fucking dog for a walk.
Do you know, I've never hit her hard, but I slapped her like, wait the fuck up!
When me and Gina were in here listening to you guys fight, and it was like, think about how me and her would fight. She would pick a fight, and like I couldn't understand why would this girl want to pick a fight with me. You know, I'm not doing nothing. I'm going to work. You know.
Yeah, I understand.
Then I finally came up with the question.
Yeah, but you shouldn't have taken it out on your kids.
Finally realized, no, I didn't take it out on the kids.
Well, I
finally said to myself,
and I'm thinking,
I asked her a question. Did your and Mom fight? And she says, yes, all the time.
Yes, I understand
That was the answer.
Let's stay on this whole thing. So after that, the house fell apart, blah, blah, blah. Getting to my point that I wanted to tell the judge, thank God it never happened because I never would have got put away, even though that sounds weird.
But so you think
I would have told the judge
thing for you?
Yeah, but if I would have told the judge,
it would have became?
Well, first of all, I don't know why a father would or mother wouldn't say, "Oh, it's our fault. We do drugs. There's no water.
No, there was no drug food. Taking, but it was just drinking.
There was no water. We didn't have any water.
I don't remember that.
Me too. And I didn't.
On Conley Road,
yes.
Conley Road was bad. 18th Street was all right. Once I jumped from housekeeping to maintenance,
while I'm in there, with all the crazy people. The subject. While I'm in there, she did visit me. I stayed right here.
Who visited you?
Mommy visited me once.
Oh, because she was probably living up there.
Once or twice. So I can't remember. They would visit, and I would sleep right where your feet are. When I would get you'd have to get better.
Get a weekend pass.
Well, you have to earn yourself. You start at level 4, and then you go all the way to level 3, 2, 1, Eagle. I got to 1, and then I got out before Eagle. I was going to make
they got custody of you.
Right. So I asked the lady, Mrs.
What year
she helped me. So it was 1996. I was 6, so you figure 6-ish.
I was in there for 11 months. When you were a baby, we moved in with them. So Mom took care of you like she would take care of the son.
So wait, I understand.
So John had just died. I know. You were the replacement for John. You know, you were actually.
That's fine.
It was like, it made them feel better.
That's fine. I'm glad it did.
They got John
I did as much as I could with them.
I mean, you were as close as
I never got in any trouble down there.
You were as close as like them getting John back.
But it's not Pop-Up. I'm not going to speak for Pop because he never said anything. But Mom always thought bad things about what I was doing. And I wondered,
right.
Who would that... If I was down there and I would be able to talk to her, she would know that wouldn't be true. Or I would tell her the truth. Because she always knew
She'd
I
always
told her
think
the
you're up
truth.
to no good.
But she thought I was doing
the same
drugs.
thing about me.
Right, getting all of these
They
points.
did the same thing to me when I was only
connecting the
drinking.
dots. You're connecting all these dots for me. That's what I'm saying.
I was only drinking.
I
They
moved
thought
in.
I was out
Hold
hustling
on,
blues,
you're jumping
doing
around.
drugs.
So I moved in, and then they were taking care of you, giving you money as much as they could when you asked for it. You did. And then I told you about the time in the bank where I had to empty my bank account to give you money to get moved into Chuck's place.
I remember that. Yeah.
Well, you did move into Chuck's.
Yeah.
We all remember that.
Yeah.
They weren't paying for it, and they left it up to me.
Yeah,
Do you know how old I was 16.
I rode my
17.
bicycle
Hold
all
on,
the way
you're
up
going
there.
back to you again. I'm 17. This is about you and me. I'm 17. They were like, you know how they were. We're done with him. But that's what they would always say. But I didn't know this was new at the time. You know, I didn't hear that much. So they left the decision up to me. So I went into my bank and emptied my savings after working a whole year and a half to save it up.
$100.
It was not $100.
How much do you think it was?
23. It was. I can tell you.
$2,300.
I had $2,300 and I had
$200. Get the fuck out of here!
Why did I give them $2,100? I didn't give it to you. I gave it to you.
What, to move in the trunk?
Listen to me. I gave that 21. I had $200 left. $2,300. Listen.
To move in.
No, you want it first and last. I don't know. Whatever the fuck.
Maybe.
Okay. I gave them $2,100.
I didn't know that.
Plus, they were making. I didn't know this. I didn't give a shit. I don't care about money. Never did. They were making money from the state, which I didn't know about, and I didn't care even when I found out.
They were getting money.
Which they should. They should.
Right.
Because they were technically, by law, my parents.
Well, they didn't know they could get that, but then they went after and got it.
Right. And I never asked them, like, how much you have in the bank. I never asked them that kind of questions. That's not the way, it was very different from drugs and fucking this, and then going put away, learning a little bit more respect and understanding and appreciation to, like, loving care. And then I just remember, like I said, empty the bank account for you, and I'm 40 years old and I'm here with you and mommy.
4 years old.
I'm 40 years old and I'm here with you and mommy. And it's like, you think I don't want to fucking
Let me tell you
here?
something. Let's go back to Wildwood. All right.
What?
I used to
Here?
come down and visit you.
Used to. I remember the first time.
What I'm used to.
like
I
2
always
years.
came down
2
Wildwood.
years.
What do you mean?
2 years. 2 years.
What? 2 years you were down there and didn't come down?
Yeah, first time you came down. And I remember
Probably
because you know
didn't have a
why?
car.
I had to go out and fill up the little mini refrigerator. I remember doing that, and I was like, I felt so proud. I was like, oh, I'm working, I got a job, I'm doing this, I'm a manager at the place.
Refrigerator?
In the blue room, the mini refrigerator. I was a manager at my spot.
So what'd you do, put Freon in there or something?
No, I mean, I filled the beer, soda, shit like that. I would always do that. So.
How old were you then?
Well, if I was 16, 17-ish.
Let me tell you something. You were fine in Wildwood. Okay?
I fucking love it there.
Wasn't.
Well, I don't know what you're talking. Wait, slow down. I never. When did I say? I understand that. When did I say it wasn't fine in Wildwood? Wildwood.
I would have killed her. The 2 weeks I was there, she would have been dead the third
She
week.
had me on a leash. I was 19 when I met her.
Nuts.
I was 19. Not at first.
I said about Jimmy. Just imagine you left him with a fucking maniac.
Do you know I did leave her? I did leave her.
Yeah, but you left him with a maniac.
No, I left her before we left Wildwood. I left her. I left her in the fucking bar.
So
and I said,
kept going.
and I said, I'll never. I remember she was trying. I said, oh fuck. I said, listen. I was very respectful. I was always like that with women. I said, listen, I gotta. We're done. I left. Mommy gave me that money to move out when she got that paycheck thing. So I moved out of my mom's and pop-ups and got my own place. And then the next morning I hear,
and it's Christine.
It's Christine knocking on the door. Where'd you go last night? She comes in looking for a woman.
So you like
she
that,
thought
right?
she thought I left with another woman when I was leaving. I was like, no, I left you. And like I never got to finish, like, we're done. Because like she just did something to me.
Since I was done to having a baby.
It's called pussy.
Oh my God.
That's the truth, isn't it?
Whip.
I was 19. No, that's not pussy whip.
Well,
she was older. She was fucking almost 3.5. I didn't know that.
You didn't know it.
How could you know anybody's nuts the first fucking 2 seconds?
How could you have to live with him 2
She
years
only
to
got,
find out how crazy.
and then I remember
is.
she did the screwdriver before she got pregnant. She would. This is before
Try
we
to
left
stab you with a screwdriver.
Like, it's not try. She was like, you know, but I'm like, this is fucking kind of like, I just left all that all these years, and it's like,
right.
And then I kind of found out about her backstory.
Yeah, her mother.
And then we were all fought, and the mother was.
They are. There's what happens.
And
I didn't have that. I didn't have that growing up. You know,
you just said you had wires and hangers and.
Well, I was getting beat, not them.
So did you ever think that you were the problem?
Yeah, it was a very bad problem. Are you kidding me? I tried to burn down the church. I pulled the fire alarm. I broke into Brady School.
Tried to burn down the church?
At 12 years old, the detectives came to the house. I stole a 2-handle wrench, Patty. A wrench out.
What about this? Good. I want to get my drink. I'm thirsty. It's fucking hot in here. How did you try to burn down the church?
Me and Artie Collar lit envelopes. You know, the envelopes that would stay in the back for people to put money in to donate to the church that didn't have envelopes coming to the house. Well, we lit the envelopes on fire, and we broke into the Eucharist thing.
Eucharist?
Yeah, and everything.
The guy with
we were
flames?
a bunch of kids. No, the Eucharist. You know where they
close
get
to the sun?
The Eucharist.
The guy that flew too close to the sun.
Yeah, too close to the sun. Yeah, it burns
it's
up.
Icarus.
They call suicide flies. Kamikaze flies, we call them.
Icarus is his name, but I don't know what Eucharist is. Ludicrous or Eucharist?
Eucharist.
Ukulele?
You know, where the communion is.
You mean where you put the money in the wood box?
The chalice that holds the Holy Communion.
Is it in the shape of a U?
No, it's
why do they call it that?
That's the name of it.
Pictures are fucking messed up back there.
I noticed Jesus is crooked, but my
you know what? I noticed Jesus was crooked. Maybe that's why he got fucking, nailed to the cross. He was a crooked fucking Jesus. And it's still crooked.
That's the biggest crucifix I have ever seen.
Alright, so what is the ukulele?
Not a ukulele, it's a Eucharist.
You don't know how it's still not straight. Go back there. Go back there and I'll show you how straight.
Over there.
No, go back there. No, go back there and tell me. Look. Ready? You can see it's off, right?
Yeah.
Right about.
That looks alright.
Man, I don't get it. What pills are over here? Oh.
Don't take them.
I'm not fucking that. Alright, so what's a Eucharist?
It's where they get out of here. I really don't know. Go to bed.
Wait, you just said it's a U.
Yo,
I'm recording this last part. Yeah, what is a Eucharist?
It's not Eucharist. It's called.
You just said how it's not a Eucharist.
You call it Eucharist.
Here, I don't want to wake up Dragon Lady.
Eucharist is the communion. It's
try to burn down.
It's a chalice, not a chalice. It's a little thing. It's on top of the altar that holds the communion. That they open it up. Everybody's all bowing down when they take out.
Oh, you mean like where the smoke comes?
No, not.
I know what you're talking about. It's on. You mean the podium?
No, podium is where the priest stands and talks. That's the podium.
Is there doors?
Yeah, there's 2 little doors that open up. Now, it's a very, like, against the wall or against the altar.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. It's against the wall and they're like metal-ish. Bronze.
They're like gold.
God, how much do I don't care about that?
And they open that up and they get the communion out. Well, we broke into that and we were a bunch of kids and we were acting like priests and giving out the Holy Communion there, all the kids,
So where's the fire coming?
Well, then me and Artie Keller went into the church because back then you could leave Artie Keller. He grew up down the street from me.
I know that. I thought his name was Artie Keller. Alright, yeah, Artie Keller.
And he
you got him, you and Artie.
So me and Artie, back then you could leave the church. You can't leave the door.
Alright, you're talking about starting a fire. You got that in your hand, and now you're running around with a lighter
like crazy drunk.
So what happened? Did you try this?
Yeah, we started the fire in the pew. There was a big burn hole, but the priest caught us and chased us
accidentally. You accidentally, or you did?
No, we were trying to burn down the church because we hated the church. We hated the priest. Father King he was found out
What's
years
that?
after he was dead. He was one after little boys. He was one of those. You know, have you ever seen the movie Spotlight?
You know, yeah, they call them in UK. You know what they call them?
What
What do they call them here?
Pedophile.
A pedophile. They call them a PD.
Like, there's some good priests. You can't let one bad apple ruin the whole bunch. But there was thousands of them bad apples, thousands of
There's a
them.
lot more than 1,000.
Yeah, well, worldwide, there were so many. You know, like, why can't you just be a priest and like you're supposed to be
All right.
God?
So getting
How
back
can
to
you
that,
say no to
how did
God?
you get? Who caught you? How did you get caught?
Father.
My story's turning to
Artie would know his name because he would remember. He chased Artie. Artie lived right across the street from the rectory. I lived about 5 doors
the
down.
father chased Artie.
Yeah, he chased him that way. I ran across the grass.
Priest?
The lawn, you know, where the rectory is.
Like a
in St.
priest
Richard.
ran.
Yeah, it was running after us. I ran through the gates, and there was a bar that was bent in the fence, and I was skinny enough that I fit through there and ran in the back, you know, down the alley in the back of the house. By the time I got to the back door, he was knocking on the front door. So...
Whose house were you going to?
My house. Artie ran in his house. We were known in the neighborhood as the cop's kid and the fireman's boy.
Okay.
So that's how we were
You didn't
known.
think those two things adding up, like, hey, maybe this is not a good idea.
Well, when I pulled the fire alarm, that's when I got my ass kicked. I mean,
so wait, who started the fire?
Me and Artie.
Both of you together?
Yeah, we were lighting the candles.
And both of you had, one was a firefighter, one was a policeman, and is a father. And
Yeah,
none of that,
cop's kid
and you
and
pulled the
fireman's
fire.
boy. That's how we were known
So you
throughout
started
the neighborhood. That's the cop's kid. That's the fireman's boy.
This is why you started the fire and you pulled the fire alarm.
And that was another time.
Oh.
I didn't go out and pull
So the
fire
church
alarm
didn't
until I
burn.
started the fire.
Yeah.
No, we were running from the
Why
priest.
did you hate the church? Were you touched?
No, because you see, I told you about that metal dustpan. I was picking up rice outside the church, and Father King, who was the pastor,
Touched your butt.
threw the fucking dustpan, hit me in the fucking leg. I was 8 years old, 7 years old.
Yeah, but do by
But it
purpose?
fucking hurt. Yeah, I fucking did it by person.
I thought maybe it was Dawson that did
that
it.
dustpan thrown at your leg.
Oh, the metal
He was
one
up
down
on the steps
right
and he
here.
threw
I'm
it
right
at my
here.
leg.
Yeah,
It
the
fucking
phone's
hurt
right
me
there.
so much I cried. And I said, I hate that motherfucker.
Were you?
But he
were
would
you touched?
scare the fuck
It's okay
out of
to
you.
talk about it now in
No,
2023.
no, bro,
Are you
no
sure?
physically.
How about Artie?
aggressive. Oh, no,
Right, you don't know. He's
I
not
would
here.
know. Mary Catherine.
Is he still alive?
Mary Catherine knew people.
Is he still alive?
No, he's dead when he died.
Artie?
I laughed. See,
You laugh when Artie died.
we
Jesus
had to
Christ. You hear
stand
this?
outside the rectory.
Wait, remember he said?
I was
we
so
were devastated.
fucking glad when he
Wait
died.
a minute, we were devastated when our son was put away.
No,
How'd you feel when your best friend died? We laughed.
It was our brother. He was a pastor. He was bang
Artie.
with
I
the-
said, is Artie still alive?
Yeah, Artie's still alive.
So why don't you ever call him?
Because I don't have his number. I got to get his number.
Facebook.
Oh, then you're going to have to go on Facebook.
It's on your phone. You have.
Yeah,
you
but I
got
don't go on there.
You go to Facebook.
Yeah.
You know how to search on Google, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You search by searching his name. You know how to spell it?
Fucking smoking in here.
What is it? What's it now?
What's what?
What are you moving around? You can't sit still. You have ADHD-ADD.
I don't have nothing like that. I'm
You
just a
have the
normal
alphabet
guy.
disease.
Normal guy sleeps normal hours, gets up, has coffee, watches the news.
I would normally be up, but I'm not.
But you're up, you know.
I was supposed to be playing
What's
my
all
game
that?
right
Them kind of poems and everything. Where's that come from? The Adderall?
now. No, I wrote that down earlier.
Well, when you're up for 2 days?
No. When did I start taking Adderall? 37. I was 37.
37?
Yeah.
That was 3 years ago you've been on Adderall. So,
No.
why are you taking the benzo?
No, 37.
You would crash on the Adderall to go to sleep.
I tried Adderall when I was 18.
Yeah, but you were taking the benzos. They were working for your ADHD.
I know. The anxiety attacks sucked. Here you go. Look, what date is that? This is called The Other Side. Jim O'Hara, right? 8/20/13/1053. The Other Side. When people die. Like, I don't know. It's called The Other Side.
Crossing
Look
over.
up. You can see how old. It's just The Other Side. You think you could read that?
No, I can't.
You can't read that
I
with
have
the
to
light
put my
on?
reading glasses on. I'm not going to start reading it now.
I want you to read that out. Well,
No, so tomorrow morning when you make
I'm
coffee.
recording. I don't want to do it. This is
All right, so yeah, I got beat with the police belt, which was like an
just
inch
asked me a
thick
question.
and 2 inches
I know about
wide.
that. I've had shit.
And while I'm running from him, he's running at me, going like this, taking his shoes off and throwing it at me, going up the steps. Or if he had hangers, he'd throw them at me.
Pop up?
Yeah.
Well, he probably had a lot more energy.
Yeah,
you probably know what he dealt. He's probably dealt with a lot of pieces of shit that were scumbags out there, treated him like shit.
Right.
Didn't know the person he really was, and then he had to come home
up to deal with drugs.
and then had to come home and deal with some fucking nonsense.
Yeah,
when
right.
he's dealing with probably shit.
Yeah.
You know, as a grown
I would
man.
read his reports.
Did you ever look
detective
at his life and think, oh wow, now I understand?
I do. I do think about a lot of things.
Complain about it.
I don't complain about it. I'm just telling you how it was for me when you think you had it bad.
I didn't say I think I had it bad.
The worst thing could have happened to you is when you put away.
I had it.
You were in jail first.
Stop. There's no comparison.
No.
I did. Your parents weren't on that shit. My parents were on that shit. So that was your decision.
What was I on? I was smoking weed and drinking. That's
yeah, but between you and mommy, it was like a fucking.
Mommy
it
didn't
was like
start
a
her shit
hurricane.
till she moved in
So
here.
regardless, I'm not saying it was all.
When she had her rehab relationship with Rich. That's when he was a heroin addict. She was just an addict.
So let's fast forward all the way to fucking 37. Before I take Adderall, I'm having anxiety attacks and shit like that. And I did a podcast, not to do a podcast to like, oh, be famous, you know, to vent. It's called like, it's the only thing I could think of where I was like, it's better than, I don't want to go to a counselor. I just want to get it off my chest. And if it helps somebody, it helps somebody. Even though I did the first 3 shows high when I was smoking weed. And I was thinking, man, I should start smoking weed again. But then again, I'm like, nah. Anyway,
maybe you should quit.
That's why I did a podcast. And then,
you know, here's a woman that lived 92. She probably would have lived a little bit longer, but she wouldn't have got dementia as she's got it now. That's cool.
I wanted to read this
insane by her daughter, Kathleen.
This is what I would want to read at my mom's.
Okay, eulogy.
Well, I might either this one. I have another one, but I only wrote like a couple with death. But this is a poem
down now because you got to get ready.
I wrote so many fucking poems. I don't know if I'm going. I don't think I'm going anywhere. Where are they going? I don't know. Do they have anything picked out? Her bedroom?
In my father's house, there's many mansions.
No, I'm saying.
Didn't you hear about
what
that
happens when she dies? Where is she going?
She's going to heaven.
No, where's her body going? Is she being
she's going over in Jersey.
With Shirley's plot and all that.
Yeah, on top of that. John is I don't know if young.
You're almost right. My dad.
Yeah, no, my dad.
Technically, he's my dad.
No, he's not. Technically, legally, he is. Just like Gina.
I don't know
legally, I was Gina's dad.
Does it still count? Guess what? It does.
It does. Yeah, 2 dads.
No, it does. They were, because they were my legal guardians. They still are. Just because I'm 18 and over, I didn't know that.
Legally.
Gina
was legally.
So technically, she's my mother.
Yeah, but she didn't. She got custody of you. She didn't adopt you.
Yeah, no, they did sign the papers.
No, they got custody of you.
They had to be a legal guardians. They were my mother and father.
Legal guardians, not mom and dad.
Yeah, I understand that. I wouldn't call mom and dad, but I'm saying I could say, you know what? She's my mother. I want half of everything. But I
guess
don't care
what?
about
Kathleen got all that.
No shit. And
then
what?
Her faggot son Chris got behind. See, Janelle could have fought that and won because by law.
Because she doesn't want to deal with that
because
shit.
Mike says it's making her too stressed out. What do you think? Why do you think Janelle comes?
You can say
Mike tells her things, how bad it is in Philadelphia. Janelle doesn't drive around the city that Mike works in. He works in the worst neighborhoods.
Yeah, I know.
You know, he tells her shit.
What do you think he tells
her? Her head.
I gotta see how long that was recorded.
Everything. Yeah. Don't say anything.
I don't. Look, it's only getting recorded. on the other side because
The other side of what?
all right, because there's a mention of an EVP, and I don't know if I would put.
EVP.
Well, it's in the poem. When our eyes close and our last moment goes, does our spirit flow? Does the darkness glow? I've looked into the answer. Yeah, I looked into this answer like a fight.
Watch near-death experience.
He doesn't even let me finish a poem. Isn't this guy fucking? You can see him at the podium like me reading this. Well, you know.
4 scores and 7 years ago today, I'm going to start it.
All right, finish.
Our forefathers first came.
Go ahead, keep going. Our forefathers first came here.
Say something.
Go ahead.
I don't know.
Exactly. You don't know.
I don't know.
Nobody. Right. Yeah, that's how everybody. The people think they're smart.
They are forefathers out here for this great content.
Right there. Sing the national anthem. If you don't fuck up once, I'll give you whatever you want. No, the national anthem. The national anthem. No. No, not that. Not that one. No.
What's up, Rob?
I was saying Canada's national anthem.
Canada's.
Yeah.
Hail, hail, the gangs. Oh, all right, listen. 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm in bed.
No, it's
now
not.
I got the back
2 o'clock? What?
2 o'clock in the morning in South Philly. It's like it was after 4th of July
party.
party.
Come from?
It was Peggy and what?
Like 2 o'clock in the morning. Oh, let me mention the date.
Marguerite and Artie Keller, Mama and Pop sitting in the back of Dot and Peggy and Whitey Goddard. Whitey was a great
Whitey.
guy.
I remember Whitey.
Hello, gang. You don't remember him.
I remember Whitey.
Now, he died before you were
I remember Whitey. I don't remember him like exactly. I remember you guys talked about him because I always said, you know what he reminds me of? The baseball player.
Whitey Ford, he died. He just died too, man.
Really?
Yeah, the last Wiz Kid just died this year too. The last of the Wiz Kids. Kurt Simmons died.
Who?
Kurt Simmons. He was the last of the Wiz Kids. But he was a known Wiz Kid. No point.
You said, okay. 19. You just said 2 o'clock in the morning. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
1987.
All right, so anyway, now you realize I'm a little kid, right? And
No, I didn't realize that.
They're singing in the backyard.
1987, you're a a little kid.
No,
What do you
not
mean?
1987. This was back in the 60s.
You just said 1987.
No.
You realize I'm a little kid.
No, I didn't say 1987. I never said anything about 87.
Yes, you did. Would you like the?
I'm talking about the 60s. It was the early 60s.
I can have the.
It was even before Kennedy got killed, before the Beatles hit the Ed Sullivan Show. So I had to be 8 years old.
Okay.
So I'm getting woke up in the middle of the night, 2 o'clock in the morning. It's the middle of the night for me, for a little kid. And I hear this group singing, "Hail, hail, the gang's all here. What the hell are we?" And they're so loud, like the whole alley can hear them. I'm looking out the back windows, and I can see who's all there. Mom and Pop, Dot and George, Marguerite, and Artie, Peggy, and Whitey Goddard. And they're singing. They're all drunk. Hail, hail, the gang's all here. What the hell do we care? And just imagine that. And then in this neighborhood, somebody in the backyard starts singing.
Well,
it would never happen.
Wait a minute. Yeah, why not?
Because this ain't South Philly.
It's not South Philly. No shit. That's the difference. Right. But do you think it still happens?
Let me go to bed.
See, ADD. Watch this. Okay. This one, 1/23/2013, 6:28 p.m. It's called Deep Troubles. This is one I never finished. Look, a paragraph long. I never finished it. Deep down, hiding away beneath the bone and the gray, troubles beating, breaking, and rotting raring to stay. Why do people put this stuff so deep away? Answers to the ones with wealth, wits, and great health. If you understand what I'm saying, then you're the ones that are praying. Troubles fall to us all. Just seems to some of us the fall never ends. And I have never finished it. That is it. I was looking for Genus, but I took a picture of it. Let's look and see if I can find a picture of Gina's, I forget, is it sister? Do you know I have a library, all that stuff.
What stuff?
What the hell is this? What are the uploads? Look at all the pictures I took. Look at this. Is a Scranton sky. You want to see this? Look at that. You in the hospital. Remember that? It was in my thing. Look, Scranton sky. My baby.
I need some AAA batteries. I need.
Look at this
flashlight. Batteries for this flashlight in here.
I don't know what this is.
I just used the last batteries up for that flashlight up there.
Look, back in Scranton. That's her dad. There? That's her dad. Rich. Thanks for the stories, Rich. Yeah, he took me to the place.
That's her. Who's that bald head guy? That's your dad.
No, that's me. I'm looking. Oh. That's when I was leaving. I was saying, look at the buildings. I didn't give a shit. That's her right there. It was her.
What was the tattoo? Oh, she's got the yin and yang.
Mm-hmm.
She has probably no idea what it means.
I can't describe and compare. There's nothing I could say to find a way. You make this heart of mine beat. It's like I've been taken literally off my feet as I'm. Oh, we did rat things, but yeah, I don't know why I saved some of this.
She was nice.
Look,
she was a nice girl, but what's the matter with
her? What's not a matter? What's that? Why is that a picture of you right there? Oh, the Band-Aid when you fell. Janelle sent me these. Look how good she looks there.
Yeah,
I mean, like, good. You know what I mean? She does look good.
Last time
doesn't look
Super Bowl Sunday.
Oh, I remember when I did that, and then I
see her talk.
Did you know that's on the back of Mommy's door, right?
No.
Yeah, I put it back there, 2014. That's what it looks
poster?
like. If you go on Mommy's back door, you seen it, Nora's kitchen?
Yeah.
When she was like normal?
Yeah.
That's the shit I would do.
She was like normal.
Well, I would have seen. I have pictures of balloons because I would appreciate what she was doing when she was working. Let me finish.
Go ahead.
Not work. She was working, and I didn't care if she was working or not. She was normal. Like, she was doing what she could do with the best of her ability. That's all anybody can ask for anybody. And now you know the difference. Like, I have proof of this over the years, how it changed. That was the day we met. I hated that picture.
Met her on what, Facebook?
No, actually, Xbox.
Xbox.
Weird, yeah. See, she would have.
Xbox,
no, I was playing the game. Man, that was before I had like. I was taking pictures near the Dirty River.
What Dirty River?
She would send me shit like that. It was hard not to be like, yeah, I'll get on a 6-hour bus ride.
Yeah, right. Park out right.
Right, and she like that. Yeah, like come on.
In bed.
It's crazy. Never had that before.
Never.
All right.
Well,
look, I did that photo with the rugged look. Looks like a professional photo.
You just left the house.
Well, that was more ruggedy.
You know, like, what the fuck?
Picture of the moon. But that's, a real picture. That was the day we met, and I was so, shocked.
About what?
I wasn't expecting her. Because she called me, and it's like, because it's not the first time. I wasn't coming. She said, I'm not coming.
For anybody.
No, she was very afraid. You're not listening to me. This day she came here, she had Chuck, her kid. So she was supposed to come 2 or 3, 4 times before that, and she never did. Because she was nervous, she thought it was weird. I'm like, it is weird.
What about the
I'll go to
What do you think?
He was fine with it. Like, once, we got in the car and we're talking. Remember when I left? We were talking a couple minutes, an hour into the ride. I was like, fuck, I'm fucking up, but not too bad. No, I felt weird, and I was like, I guess. The only thing she said was like, I usually don't let anybody smoke in the car. I'm like, what?
She don't smoke at all?
No, she smokes, and she said, I don't let anybody else smoke in the car. Okay. And I'm like...
But she smokes.
Yeah, but it's her car, but she doesn't want, she says it's not even you. She's like, what if, your ash hits the wind, and, because she was leasing or whatever.
Did you say you threw pee out the window, hit Jesse in the face?
God, that was a long time ago. This is anyway. So I smoked. I even drove the car a couple times, and then I'm like, okay, I could see she's kind of letting go some of the shit.
Yeah.
But when I got there, the one thing I didn't know is how bad mentally she was. because I remember like saying I didn't know what to do. Her room was a mess. Like,
really,
she just needed to clean up a couple things. That's all. And I can understand she's
how was the place
working
clean?
Oh, the rest of the house like was built with the it's fine, but. No, just her room was a mess, and she felt so ashamed of it. And I had to, I comforted her. I want to tell you something. I'm not saying I made any mistakes. I made some mistakes, but I did as much, and I went overboard to make sure she's happy. And it was like every little thing would add up. And she said, all because like I didn't make her chicken noodle soup when she was sick, like right away.
Yeah, you should.
But I still made it. Like it just, it wasn't like super like how mom expects it
to be like that. She was
right, and she was in one of the. She could have been one of those moods.
Compassion.
Yeah, and before that happened, a couple weeks before that, we're walking out of the doctor's, and she's like, "Well, you're staying for a couple days, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, is that fine? Because that's how I would do it. You know, I go there for a couple days." Yeah. She goes, "All right, well, I got this new medication, and it could give me, you know, like psychotic tendencies, you know, like grab a knife and stab somebody."
Oh
and I'm
my
like,
God, she said that to you?
And I'm like, I ain't gonna be this lucky. Let's go. I'm not gonna be that lucky. She was saying she was having psychology thoughts because she was on the wrong medicine, which was the doctor's fault. They put her on the wrong shit. Like, you know, they got to test shit out. Yeah. Because she had thyroid stuff.
So she took
the woman stuff. Yeah, and some of you got to test.
She had enough thyroid glands. Which would have made her heavy.
I don't know
she
what
didn't
the
take
fuck
the
that.
medication. Just like Tina.
No.
She
had to take medications, but when you mix medications, it could give you thought. It could give you thoughts, like of hurting somebody. But at least she was saying it. Right?
That freaked me out right there.
But wait a minute, she's saying it though.
No.
The scary part is after the fact if she would have done something and not said anything.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they said, well, it's good that your boyfriend is staying with you because, you know, this is new medication. I didn't go into the doctors with her. This is what she told me. But I mean, I believed her. This is the photo I had on Facebook, and she snapped it and did this. First time she seen me, she took it and did this.
Mine.
Oh my God. All I did was took a picture and I leaned over, and that was the first picture I had on Facebook, and that was that.
Oh my God, you're in trouble.
I'm not with her anymore.
I know. Thank God.
And then this picture of my favorite girlfriend ever, and not in a weird sexual way. Here, look. Right there, boom. Yeah, but you see, look.
That's a great picture of her, too.
I know. You know what? Every time I see it, I'm like, I'm so glad I took that. Look at this. I look at this picture right next to each other, right? Beautiful picture.
Yeah.
And I'm like, still can't be beat. But, yeah, I remember. See, Janelle wrote something.
In the book. What?
Well, it was on Facebook.
I can't see it. I gotta put my reading glasses on.
My sister, Gina, passed away over the weekend. For those of you who knew her... those of you who knew her knows that she lived a wild roller coaster life, but unfortunately her ride came to an end.
Oh my God. She really
anyway, I know. Her ride came to an end.
Yeah, like
roller coaster only kind of goes on one track. See, that's what Janelle misses out on. She doesn't know that kind of. I was trying that with her, like a couple of things.
Her ride came to an end.
I'm like, Janelle, it's a roller coaster. It's a roller coaster, Janelle. It's you know, no, but it's the one track.
Yeah, right.
It's like, where else is she gonna go?
Yeah, but to her put that
anyway.
Like,
her ride came to an end on Saturday. It was like a long roller coaster. Yeah. I will miss. She didn't say that. I will miss her crazy ass. She was definitely one of a kind. I love you, Gina O'Hara. She didn't even say her middle name. I love you, Gina Marie O'Hara. Yeah. Anyway, you are finally reunited with Ashley. Yeah. SWAK. Yeah. Sealed with a kiss. It's Facebook. It's digital. See, if I tell Janelle this shit, I don't know how she
her
would
putting
react.
that down. Like,
well, at the time, it was nice. It was nice.
I was on a roller coaster.
You didn't see? You never seen that?
I float up. That's all.
June 2nd, 2014.
Now.
Look, June to June 2nd, 2014. So it was over
Wait
the
a minute,
weekend.
when did she die?
This was on June 2nd. So whatever day that was.
So she died before Pop-Up died, right?
No.
No, he...
Listen to me. June 2nd. So she died I think it was on the 1st. It was the next day.
It was May 31st.
It was the weekend. I think that was a Monday. I don't know.
Was it the 15th or was it the 14th?
I don't know.
See, it has a 14th down there. I think she died a couple
I'm doing
months
all
after
this stuff.
Pop-Up
I don't know what to do with all this. This is my Google stuff where, look, I have private stuff.
To figure out what to do with all
That's all
this
true.
memorabilia. See all those people that would buy that up and it's probably worth some money.
All right. All right, that's it. Thanks for joining us. We are the two retards.
Yeah.
This is the Jimmy James Show, A to Z Life and Beyond, and I'm here with the original Jimmy James. Anything to say to these weird people?
Peace and love, and stop the killing now.
Putin's got to go.
Putin's got to go.
All right. Yeah, that's his famous line now. Yeah. So 49 cents for people to listen to this.
The Soviet Union back together. He's delusional. Delusional.
Yeah.
Delusional.
You gotta make sure you get your words right before you start calling other people those words.
Pop always said to read the dictionary.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Read the dictionary. And Zena must have known.
I didn't read it. I looked it up.
Words I never even heard
This is the end.
But I wasn't like, yeah.
So here's the thing. I'm charging for not every show. If you want to listen to certain material, it's 49 cents a month. I think that's the lowest I can go. It's the lowest it allows me. I think that's fair. If somebody's given this amount of time to tell stories, I think 49 cents is reasonable.
I don't think you're wrong. It's over there.
You got 49 cents in your checking account?
No.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I do. Why?
I want to see if it works.
All right. This is Matthew McConaughey saying, check out Jimmy James while I drive away my Lincoln. Yeah. Hey, what's up, guys? This is Jimmy James, and I'm here to tell you one more freaking time. Fuck it. Let me do that again. This is Jimmy James telling you one more fucking time. You must now, according to Spotify and Anchor, with the lovely assist, can you please go to Spotify and follow me? Because that's the only way I can even get a red cent. Please follow me. I'm begging you, follow me. I got no food on the table. Follow me. They won't pay me anymore. They said I need a certain amount of followers on Spotify. Please go follow me. I'll do anything. Anything you say, I'll do it. But, alright, I'm just getting a little carried away. If you can, yes, if you can, please follow me on Spotify. I'll put the link in there. And also, goodbye. Bye, world.
Okay, Jim, I'll see you around. Where you going? Oh, no. Oh, that's not what I thought he meant by that at all.
Goodbye, everybody.
Monsters inside all of us.
Oh my God! Oh my God!